What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, taking a look at the new Beast I saw on another website. This is a new dragon archetype. Apparently, the card art has something to do with the Albaz, and it says it meets its inevitable dragon support. So we'll go ahead and take a look at these. Anytime you see the word dragon, you have to worry, because as if dragon doesn't have enough good cards in its pool. We'll see how generic these are. And we'll just go ahead and get into it. So this is Byssted Magnamit. Of course, all of these names are just here for now, placeholders. 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense. So level 6 is interesting. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. So you can use both of them. Okay. You can target one light or dark monster in either graveyard, banish it, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This is a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster. So it has to be, okay, so it does have to be from your hand. Imagine if this was like special summon from the graveyard. That would just be the dumbest thing ever. I mean, that's cool. Like most of the time, whatever deck you're playing this in is going to be light and darks, of course. So it's not going to be too hard to gather. I doubt Dragon Link would pick this up, like right off the bat. Like, I don't know if this is good enough. But all right, well, first of all, second effect of this card is special summon. You can activate this effect. Add one dragon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand during the end phase of this turn. Okay, well, this just got a little more interesting. Because does Pisty bring back anything? But I don't know. What are you adding? Like, there's no dragon hand traps. Fantastical Dragon Phantasme? I mean, it literally has the word in its name. But Yu-Gi-Oh, you have to see it for yourself, right? It is in fact a dragon, so I'm probably like the worst thing you could. I mean, I don't know. There's worse things in the world, right? Do you play one of these because it's searchable in the deck? You could. Like, it's not a horrible card by any stretch of the imagination. It would be the only thing I could think of off the top of my head that would be good just to search. Although, isn't there also that archetype? They're called like knights of some sort, and don't they they're not constellar. It was a brand new archetype around this one dragon that you're supposed to special summon multiple times in the turn. Okay, I mean, I don't know how much luck I'm gonna have. It literally got like 3 cards or 4 cards of support. If this card is special summoned. Okay, well, we'll see if we can sort this. Bear with me. I bet you somebody knows it in the comments, and they're like, I know what it is. I know what it is. Okay, we can do dragon. I think it's a light attribute. And if I don't find it off of this, obviously, I'm pretty good. Oh, okay. That was unexpected. I thought there would be more results. Maybe it's a dark, because dragons like to be darks. Nothing if this card is special summoned. Alright, well, that's just going to torture me until the end of time. But okay. We'll keep going on here. And it's Byssted Serenir. The only reason I said that, by the way, is because if you got to add it during the end of your turn, like, gives you access to it. If you have the setup for it, like, that would obviously be very, very good. So, yeah. This is... Okay, we just move on. It's another dragon, level 6, 2,500, 2,000 defense, so same stats. Be interesting to see if there's anything that has to do with adding monsters with 2,500 and 2,000. But you can only use first and second effect each once per turn. Okay, you can target one light or dark monster in either player graveyard. Banish it, special summon, so same thing. This is literally how like modern Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes are made. It's like they all have the same first effect, and then they have the secondary effect, which is different. Virtual World is exactly like that. Prank Kids is exactly like that. Drytron is like that. I'm not complaining, but yeah, it's funny. That's just how it works. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one Byssted monster, except a copy of itself, or one branded, of course. So yes, it does have to like literally be. I thought the card art just had something to do with it, but no. Okay, but you can, or one branded spell and trap from your deck to your hand. I don't think there's a lot of great targets at the moment. It'll be interesting to see what the trap card is. Like, that's probably going to be pretty wild. we're just giving more support to Branded. That's great. They want this deck to be like to be literally game changing. I feel like, but okay. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, the monsters probably have decent effects too. Oh, this looks like the Lubellion, right? I'm sure there's something to do with that. Byssted Worm. Level 6, 2500, 2000. You can only use first and second effect. You can target a light, dark, banish it, special summon, blah, blah, blah. If this card is sent to the grave from the field to the graveyard, you can target one of your opponent's special summon monsters, send it to the graveyard. So, quite literally an Eldritch effect. Just kind of different, right? Which is cool. Like, I guess if you fusion summon this, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of cards that are like specifically designed for going second, because your side deck is usually just so important, and if you open this, it's bad. It's like literally bad. There's not a lot of level 6 support though, so this is kind of cool. Like rank 6 monsters, whatever they are, because I can't think of that many off the top of my head, may start seeing play because of this. So that's kind of neat, I suppose. So that one was pretty much definitely the most bleh one so far. This is the Byssted Lubellion. LOL. Literally LOL. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand by tributing one level 6 or higher dark dragon monster. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. You can only use the first and second effects of this card once per turn. Alright. No, obviously not complicated, but no, it's not too bad. Okay, so this is a level 8 and it has 3000 defense. Gotta appreciate that. That's super underrated. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, add one Byssted monster from your deck to your hand, except a copy of itself. Oh, okay, sure. It's like not a quick effect, but I guess that's not really important. But that's pretty wild. During your main phase, you can place one branded continuous spell and trap from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone. There's a few of those, right? So that's, you have to tribute one of them. Like, I don't really see any problem with it, and I guess the card can only get better as time goes on. And it's also literally just like a spell card if you need it to be. Oh, you can special... Okay, I guess I really went over that really quick. So it can be special summoned from the graveyard too. Oh, sweet. You just send it, add an abyss. Oh, crazy. I mean, that definitely pulls it all together, right? You pitch this Byssted monster. If you have anything else in the graveyard through whatever means, you banish it, special summon it, get its effect, bring this guy out, place a branded continuous spell. So clearly it rewards you like a lot for actually playing in the archetype and not just trying to splash these as like special summons for whatever reason, or even just like versus like splashing it in Albaz itself. Like this monster is definitely designed for like a pure version of it. Although no, that's actually not true, because you can literally just play like 3 copies of this, you pitch it and you add like whatever one of, but I don't know, they can get really bricky and not really worth it. So yeah, I still kind of stand by that first statement. I'd be kind of curious to look at all these. I'm going to look at the rest of the card. I know there's 2. This is rebranded, and this is branded B. So yeah, these are both going to be branded cards. So of course there's going to be branded versions of this deck, if it's not obvious already. Okay, so this is a level 12. Sure, why not? Just keep upgrading them. That's kind of neat. 3,500 attack, 3,500 defense. Very neat. This can also be special summoned from your hand or graveyard by tributing 2 Byssted monsters. Fair enough. Something that would be good to, send to the graveyard. You can send a Byssted monster off of Byssted. This is literally like a chaos deck. It's kind of neat. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of chaos support in it too, of course. There will be like a brand, I don't know. There's going to be like a branded Dragon Link version of this. Like, there's so many ways you can take this. While you control the special summon card, negate the effects of all Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Exceed, and Blink monsters on the field. Alright, so this is pretty wild. So far, like, this isn't technically the easiest thing in the world to pull off, right? Because you have to special summon these guys because they're level 6s, the lower ones. You gotta have your graveyard filled already. You gotta bring 2 of them out. best you can do is send one to the graveyard earlier. Although you can add it to your hand with this. But yeah, you do have to have a graveyard setup for all of this. I'm sure there's going to be some combo variant that makes it fairly easy. But thank goodness it doesn't say tribute 2 monsters or tribute 2 dark monsters, because I just feel like that would be so annoying. If this face-up card leaves the field by an opponent's effect, you can banish all face-down cards. You can banish all face-down cards in each player's extra deck face-up. Hold on, what? I feel like I'm just saying this wrong. If this face-up card leaves the field by an opponent's effect, fair enough, you can banish all face-down cards in each player's extra deck face-up until your opponent's end phase. Whoa, so you basically have to shuffle this guy back, or else because I'm pretty sure if you shuffle back into the deck, it doesn't count. It doesn't have any protection, but whew. It banishes all of you. I mean, whenever you see the word banish, the first thing I think of is Grand Maju. And of course, that's pretty good. This could be the first actual floodgate for Grand Maju ever. So I can easily imagine a deck where this is played, where it's played in, because you're not even normal summoning this deck literally ever. You're never going to normal summon. So that's kind of neat. I don't know if that really matters, but I'm sure somebody will think of that. Okay. I mean, that's good, obviously. That's a very good, boss monster, whatever you want to call it. This is, it's literally just a skill drain monster for most cards, right? Oh, I was trying to think of that card that was announced, a while ago, where you tribute it and you can add, a continuous trap from your deck to your hand. But I think you have to tribute, spellcasters or fiend monsters. That'd be kind of cool to see it in this deck somehow, and I don't know, because it feels like this is just a very floodgatey type deck. Okay, continuous spell. So obviously something you can just play face up with the one card. If a light or dark monster is banished, you can target one of them. Place it on the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw one card. So you activate a Lure of Darkness, banish Tragedy, add a card to your deck to your hand, put Tragedy at the bottom, and draw one card. I mean, the potential for that is just so silly. And this is the ultimate card for Allure of Darkness. I mean, it's ridiculous. It could be too slow going second, right? Imagine you just play this card and your opponent has a full board. That's kind of depressing. But I don't know. It literally might be worth it. I'm not sure. And when you think of just normal Albaz too, right? Albion, banish those cards. It's going to do a lot for you. Once per turn, your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can target one Byssted monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Meaning that if this guy's in the graveyard, he will have banished everything, pretty much literally locking your opponent out of the extra deck, right, for the most part. And then just bringing this back, and it does that. So, of course, this card is an absolute necessity. The more I read it, it's just so wild. Imagine your opponent hits you with Nibiru too while you have this out here. You just bring one of these monsters back, especially this. Yeesh. But this is branded Beast Continuous Trap, because all the branded traps are kind of boo-boo. Of course, outside of branded in red, and the obvious ones, the traps are kind of bad. I think one of them adds back, and that's kind of the best they do. Although one of them fusion summons, but we'll take a look at this one. Once per turn during the main phase, if you control a Byssted monster, you contribute one dragon monster, and then target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. It's during the main phase. I feel like that's and you get to control a Byssted, I don't know, it just feels super kind of slow. But okay, during the end phase, you can target one branded continuous spell and trap in your graveyard, place it face up in your field. So it's good with this. I don't know, I'm not super impressed. Maybe I'm just dead wrong and it's the greatest thing to be able to pop a card for turn, but you do lose the monster, I guess you get to bring it back with this, so it's these are supposed to be the ultimate tandem. But I think anybody who's played Dark Magician kind of understands why having to have a continuous spell and a continuous trap together on the field, along with a monster, literally the basis of what's wrong with Dark Magician, isn't the greatest thing in the world, even if the card effects are good. But let me know what you guys think about this new archetype in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I will see you guys next time.